Hey you, yes you. I've got a bone to pick with you. And I don't care where you are on the spectrum, whether you are a hobby DJ or you want to do this as a career, that there is something I see y'all making a huge mistake on. And not only is it costing you time and energy, but you are leaving money on the table, my friend. Let's go. My intention with this content today is to encourage you to make some big changes in your life that are going to help you in the future, whether you decide to do this long term or not. And I believe that in helping you, it actually is going to help our industry as a whole. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to get all the amazing content here. And no, this isn't another video telling you to charge your worth, though that is a very important thing to do. One of the things I notice people doing is not treating their DJ career as a business. Now, why this is so freaking important, whether or not you're going to do this as a career, is that if you are somebody that maybe has a degree in something else, or you're dabbling in other art forms and you realize, hey, this is something I want to do long term, if you are already treating the DJ business as a business, then it would be so easy for you to go to that boss that isn't paying you your worth, is overworking you, or you don't like the way a business is running, that you can turn around and create your own business. You can even do it as a side hustle like you're already doing with your DJ hobby or DJ career. For me personally, this happened. I was working in a space that I wasn't even planning on doing as a career, but I realized I really enjoyed it. And when my boss wasn't really paying me my worth and they weren't treating me well, it was very easy for me to step away from that and then start creating my own business within that realm, creating my own client base. And because I already knew a lot about marketing, all the financing stuff, how to run my books, how to put together contracts, it was really easy for me to brand and market this new business. And then what happens? You've got a waiting list. You've got loads of clients and you can charge what you want because you know what you're doing. But there's another aspect to running your DJ business as an actual business, is that you start learning other skills that are going to be incredibly helpful in any other future business, where you're going to actually be able to save money. A lot of hobby DJs will tell me that they don't want to claim the money that they're making because they're not really making that much money and they don't want to pay taxes on a lot of this stuff. But what people don't always realize is that there are loads of ways you can write off business expenses. And it's not just, I purchased new DJ gear, but if you're using your vehicle to drive back and forth from festivals, if you're using your vehicle to get to and from clubs or to get rentals, that is a certain percentage of your mileage, which means if you're tracking that, you can write off a percentage of your fuel, your maintenance, like oil checks or any dates or fixes you need for your vehicle insurance, the payments you're making on it. A certain percentage of this you can write off. A certain percentage of your internet bill, your mobile bill. We all know a lot of folks are spending money on music and record pools. These are other things that you can write off in your business. Now suddenly, if you're only making a couple of grand a year on DJ gigs, but you're spending, $3,000, now you're kind of getting some more money back and writing off things that you weren't typically writing off anyway. The other benefit to running your hobby or career as a business in this sense is that you are more likely to invest in that business. So, for example, you're more likely to invest in production equipment, to pay for workshops, because you know that you can write off a percentage of this. It's a little bit more worth it for you to make that investment. And because you're already treating it like a business, you actually do want to level up. You do want to learn, like, how do I market myself properly? What courses can I take? Is it worth it for me to test out doing advertisements and different types of advertisements online? A really simple example I like to use is if you were flying out of town for a gig and you were given an all-in package, the promoter is going to pay you $600, you got to make your way down there. And so maybe your flights are $350, maybe your hotel is $125, the cabs to and from the airport, these are all write-offs. So even if you're saying at the end of the day, I'm only making like $50 for this gig, you have all of these work expenses to get to the gig that you get to write off, which means money back at the end of the year. Or if you're somebody that's, just at a certain tax bracket and going over it means you're going to have to pay more. If you've got more of those expenses to write off because you're tracking them, you're keeping your receipts, you're claiming your income, at the end of the day, I honestly think it's so freaking worth it. Not just money-wise, but it's a skill that is going to help you in the future be able to learn how to budget, how to save, and how to treat anything in the future that you might really love and be passionate about as a business. You and I both know that DJ equipment is not cheap, and there are times in which your computer could fail, you could spill something on it and damage it, you might lose all of your music and have to start from scratch. There are certain insurances that you can put in place to make sure that you're protected. So your monthly insurance for your business might, be $600 for the entire year, and you make monthly payments, and your deductible might be, $800 or $500, and something goes wrong, equipment gets stolen out of your vehicle, you rent your stuff out and it gets damaged, anything like that, you have certain protections in place so that you don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars. And again, these are business write-offs for you. So you might not get all the money back on those write-offs, but it's going to help you tremendously long-term. I just cannot say enough that when people treat their hobby like a business, especially when it comes to, selling a product or a service, you treat it as such. You treat it so much more professionally. And I would even give the example of how we treat ourselves, right? If you are investing in yourself and investing in your future and thinking about, I want to be strong and be able to take care of my kids, and I want to be in good health long term so that, I'm not a burden on people, or I can protect my family. The more that you take care of your body and eat good food and be around good people, building quality connections, investing in your future, the more you take care of yourself, the more you honor yourself, the better you feel about yourself. So when you put that kind of love and energy into cleaning your house or taking care of your vehicle or, taking care of your DJ gear, treating your hobbies like a business, especially when you're investing so much time and energy and money into it, it's just going to make you feel so much more confident in yourself and help you decide, is this something that I want to do long term? Or how can I take these skills and put it into the next thing that I'm really passionate about? When I was a young teenager, I took a free business course at the university. And one of the things I kept seeing over and over again is that so many of the people that had these hobbies that turned them into businesses, they didn't have any business in it. They had no education around that thing. They didn't even have a business degree or marketing. They knew nothing about it. But because they were so passionate and excited about what they were doing, and they started treating it like a business, it flourished. I can't even tell you how many times these speakers would come into the university and say, we don't have secondary education, and they're making millions. They've got very successful businesses. And I remember that really inspiring me as a kid and opening my mind to realize that, You know, you can do all the schooling in the world, but if you're not incredibly passionate about what it is you're doing, you might not, you know, really, if you're not really passionate about what you're doing, it makes such a huge impact on your life. I know so many people that went to school for years are still paying off student loans, and they're doing things that they don't really love just so that they can pay the bills. I think this is an amazing and perfect opportunity for you to level up on your skills, for you to see what it looks like on the other side as well. And because I know a lot of y'all are super fucking talented, and you're wasting an opportunity because some little voice in your head is telling you that you are unworthy of the money, or that you're being humble by not accepting the money, or it's too much work for you to treat it as a business. But honestly, I think at the end of the day, the more of y'all that are doing that, it affects the industry as a whole. And I just want to encourage everybody that you are awesome. You can figure it out, and you're worthy of that payment. You're worthy of learning that new skill, whether or not you're going to do this long term. Love you guys. Hope this video wasn't too long and that you got some stuff out of it. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, so I thought it'd just be great right before the next year so you can start tracking your mileage now. Love ya.